Okay, my dude, we are going to write in some counts for the Avengers theme. I already kind of spaced out my A, B, and C. It's not evenly spaced out. It's just 3 distinct sections that I saw that work for me. The first section, A, is in D minor. The second section was kind of like this development section that links section A to section C, which is the second theme. And even though the key signature has 2 sharps in it, you don't use C sharp at all. So you can find that the C sharp in the key signature is irrelevant. And it kind of goes mainly in the key of C major, although it ends in E minor and it starts in E minor. So keep that in mind. I'm going to use a different color than the color I used to outline. I'm going to use, I don't know, I used blue for that. Oh gosh, the problems that we have in this world. I'm going to use red so that way we can see it really easily. So I have my left hand. I'll do my left hand first. I'm not going to do the whole thing. And I also already dotted out my phrases in just the first theme. And you notice they're each 4 measures long. 1, 2, 3, 4, with a 2-beat pickup into the next phrase. So 3, 4, 1. And then 4 measures, and then 3, 4, 1. 4 measures, 3, 4, 1. It's kind of nice and organized, and that will help you practicing as well. Okay, so this is a whole note. It's worth 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. And because I'm holding it for the whole measure, I'm going to group it together like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's being held down for the whole time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Connecting it together, and a half note, 2 beats. 1, 2. This quarter note comes in on beat 3. This quarter note comes in on beat 4. So the left hand line was pretty easy. The right hand line is not going to be as easy, so you have to learn how to subdivide your 16th notes. So if you don't know, I'll draw it at the top for you as a quick reference. Whatever the number is, so if it's beat 1, 2, 3, or 4, and then an E and A. So even if we only have the first 2, it's going to be whatever number it is, so like 1E, or 2E, or 3E, or 4E, or if we just had these 2, and A, or just E-A, E-A. So we have just the first 2, so that's starting on beat 1, so 1E. This is still going to come in on and, but this quarter note is going to take up the and the next number of the beat because it's held for a whole beat. Now, if you ever get lost with this type of syncopation and you don't know what beat is going to come in on the next rhythm, you can start from the back of the measure too. For example, I know that this 16th note grouping takes up a whole beat, and it's the whole last beat of the measure, and we're in 4/4 time, so that's going to be 1 whole beat, and the last beat is beat 4. So that is 4E and A. This is a whole beat, and the beat that comes before beat 4 is beat 3. And this is 1/16th note before beat 3, and the last 16th note in a grouping is A, and then the 16th note before A is and. So this goes 1E and A, 3, 4E and A. So you can work forwards from the measure, or you can work backwards from the measure. Don't feel like you always have to go forwards. Take your time and make sure that you have the right number of beats per measure. So we have the same rhythm in this measure and the same rhythm in this measure. Even though it's different pitches, the counts still follow through and it's the same. So we can just copy and paste. 4 E and the same thing. 1 E and 3, 4 E and This one's not quite the same. It has the first same half, so we're going to copy that first half, and we'll see if it checks out with the last. 1 E and 3, 4, and that'll line up with my left hand playing it at the same time. So if we clap this first line, we have 2, 3, 4. 1 E and 3, 4 E and 1 E and 3, 4 E and 1 E and 3, 4 E and 1 E and 3, 4. And I took that pretty slow so the 8th note got the beat. So you could hear each individual 16th note. Well, guess what? Boom. Same exact thing, except now your left hand is doing it with you. And then look at that. Oh my goodness, so much copy and pasting here. Ooh, I'm going to do one more measure with you right here. So I start on beat 1. That takes up a full beat. This one has to start on beat 2. Now these dotted 8th notes take up a third of a beat. That means it's going to take up 1, 2, 3 of the fourths. So it starts on the beat 2, that's the number, and it's going to take up this one, and this one. So that leaves the last 16th note, which is So that's going to be 2 and 3, 2 and 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. So you need 3 sections of a 16th note or 3/4 of a 16th note. Okie dokie. I think you got it from there.